Hey YouTube, Halo Guy here. We got a ton of brand new information released to us about the state of Halo Reach for the MCC and the MCC PC release as a whole. We've got MCC progression systems which may or may not include a battle pass type system, challenges, Halo Reach settings and playlists at launch, and a ton more to discuss. So in order to get all this information as condensed as possible, let's just jump straight into it and unpack the 7,000 word blog post which you'll find at the top of the description if you wish to read through yourself after the video. So the community has been in a bit of a frenzy about which version of Halo Reach we'll actually be getting. The vanilla version of the game, which released at launch, or the title update version. If you aren't sure, the title update version of Halo Reach was a reaction to the overwhelming outcry from the community about the poor gameplay decisions Bungie implemented into the game. The update reduced the reticle bloom of all weapons, added melee shield bleed through, and tweaked some armor ability settings. Although these updated settings will be applied pretty much everywhere within the MCC build of Reach, there's a small number of modes that will be sticking to the vanilla settings. Those game modes being Infection, Griffball, and of course, Invasion. And yes, that means Invasion will be returning, so we can all rejoice in that. While we're on the topic of playlists, I'll give a quick rundown of what you can expect when Reach launches to the MCC. Reach will have full access to the Maps Composer just like every other multiplayer game, meaning you can have any game mode you desire to play in the social space, which is to be expected. But in terms of ranked playlists, you can expect Reach Hardcore, which will be using the MLG settings from the original game, which had 0 bloom and no sprint. The second ranked playlist will in fact be the Invasion playlist, and like I said before, it will have the vanilla settings the game launched with. Firefight matchmaking will also be available with a small number of playlists to choose from. There's no word of what these playlists are as of yet, but hopefully we'll get some clarification in the near future. And like every other title on the MCC, campaign playlists will be available for Halo Reach, where you can choose specific scenarios that you want to play through, such as vehicular combat, infantry combat, aerial combat maybe? I don't know. Let's look at some of the PC features now. The FOV slider is something that's been worked on extensively, but it isn't without its hiccups. Because the games were initially designed to be played at one set field of view angle, when the field of view is changed, you end up running into visual problems. Like this, when your character performs animations that include using your arms. However, the team is committed to finding ways around these limitations, and one way or another, field of view sliders will be included for the title and every other title in the game. Even if they have to put a disclaimer up saying that if you go above a certain field of view, you will run into visual bugs like floating arms and such. Moving on though, we finally have some word on the highly anticipated MCC global progression system with screenshots, and oh my god, the new UI looks absolutely incredible. I seriously hope that this UI layout isn't going to be exclusively for the PC platform, because I really want this running on my Xbox. There is a quick disclaimer stating that all this is a work in progress, and that the rewards, the art, the names, the descriptions and the unlock values are purely placeholder. This is just to give us an idea of what to expect from the system itself, not the content within the system. So, all the matches played on the dedicated servers will reward the player XP. This is so no cheating goes on where players can boost their XP while not really participating in matches. So that's completely understandable. But this includes player versus player games and match-made firefight. The amount of XP rewarded after the match will depend on the medals you earn in the match. Each medal will have its own XP value tied to it, so a headshot may be worth 50, whereas a Killionaire might be worth 500 XP. So the harder the medal is to earn, the more experience you'll earn for achieving it. Makes sense. At the end of each match, you'll see a breakdown of your medals earned and how much XP you'll be awarded for each one. You can see this in the screenshot on the screen now. Of course, an end of match bonus will be awarded to incentivize players to stay until the end of each match and to reduce the overall amount of quitters. But I did mention a battle pass type system, so where does that fit into the equation? Now, don't worry, this will be completely free with no cost to participate in the battle pass like other games. This is just an opportunity for the players to unlock seasonal based rewards within the game, based on what's going on in the game's ecosystem. Getting to different XP levels and completing challenges will reward the player with seasonal points, which are then spent on different tiers for the pass. Each tier will reward the player armor, firefight voices, and nameplates, just to name a few. And just to be clear, all of the content already unlocked in the game will stay that way, so you'll not have to unlock the armor for Halo 3 and Halo 4, since that's already all unlocked by default. However, all of the Reach armor will be within this pass, so I'm not sure which armor will be readily available to the player when Reach launches, but I can imagine it will probably just be the Mark 5B helmet and armor. They also stated that the seasonal unlocks will not disappear when the season ends. There will always be a way to unlock items from past seasons, although the items will still need to be unlocked in the order they appear in the pass. You can go back to older passes and get the items with your seasonal points, so no actual real money will be used in this game at all, which is fantastic. The first season to be released will be focused on Halo Reach quite naturally, since that's the game that's coming first. And when the other games come over to the PC platform, the new seasons will be centered around those games. Does this mean brand new Halo 2, 3 and 4 armor? Maybe. We'll have to wait and see. Another feature of these seasons will be ranked seasons, meaning that your rank will now be resetting every single season, similar to Halo 5. Which may be a positive or a negative depending on who you ask. But don't worry, 343 say that they'll be coming up with a few ways for players to show off what ranks they earned in previous seasons, so your work and effort won't go unchecked for those seasons. Now, I did mention challenges just there when I spoke about earning the seasonal points, and yes, these are the traditional challenges we saw in the original Halo Reach game. That means daily and weekly challenges will be making it into the game. I made a video on Halo Infinite challenges and what I would like to see from it, so go check that out, the link will be in the description down below. But hopefully this is hinting towards the return of challenges in Halo games going forward. And lastly for today, we've got a quick update on Halo Insider program for playtesting Halo Reach on both Xbox and PC. And funnily enough, I was actually correct in my last video when I said that I wouldn't be surprised if flighting had actually already started, and the people in those flights just weren't allowed to say anything at all. And that's actually sort of true in a way. A very small focus group of individuals, which probably consist of the bigger Halo YouTubers, have been playing a build of MCC PC, just to make sure that the game actually works outside of the controlled environment within 343 Industries. But the actual flighting will take place sometime in June. My personal prediction is that during E3, it will be announced that the insider build emails are going to be rolled out and people can start playing directly after the show, as long as they made it into the first flight, which I didn't, but that's just my theory on the matter. It is completely possible that we'll see the insider build pop up before E3, but the actual E3 event, you'll actually be able to play test the mission Tip of Spear on the PC with mouse and keyboard. Now, this will be an older build than the actual insider build, so not everything they've developed will be included, but it's still a great way to playtest the game, and it showcases what kind of progress they've made. You'll get 10 minutes of playtime before you're booted off to make sure that everyone gets the opportunity to play, so you better get practicing your speedrunning tricks before E3 rolls around. But that's all from me today, guys, and my god, have we just got an information drop. Leave down in the comments below what new MCC feature you're most excited for. But other than that, guys, like the video if you enjoyed, it helps the channel out a ton. Subscribe with notifications if you haven't already to stay up to date with all my latest videos as soon as they go live. I'll be covering all Halo news, big or small, going forward, so you'll want to keep up with the channel. I'd like to thank you all for watching to the end, I really appreciate it. I'll see you guys next time, and have a good one.